y'all know what it is, man. Back to the Basics show. Every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Running a little behind schedule today, but y'all already know what it is. Hey, I'm here, though. Hey, y'all already see that title. Y'all see that title. Y'all see that title. Make sure when you tune in, you share. I'm trying to get to 100 shares, man. I need to get to 100 shares, and I got to get to those 100 shares right now. So make sure when you tune in, you sharing. You tune in, you sharing. Hey, check this out, man. I got a special guest in the building. Once I get some people checking in, man, I'm going to make sure I let y'all know who this special guest is and the topic of the day. Y'all tune in. This is a podcast that you don't want to miss. This is a show that you don't want to miss. I'm telling y'all, man. We got some good things coming y'all way. I'm telling y'all. Great things coming y'all way. Hey, Shania, appreciate you sharing already. Carvel Taylor, I see you checking in. All right. Michelle, I see you checking in. Milton, see you checking in. Okay, y'all popping up on my timeline. Y'all already see what it is. Y'all already see the what the topic is of the day. All right. I'm going to go on and hit y'all with this topic, and then I'm going to introduce my guest. Topic of the day is how the bucket of crab effect is affecting our black community. How the bucket of crab effect is affecting our community. Hey, y'all got to chime in and tune in on this one right here, man. This is going to be a blessing to you. And also it can motivate, inspire, and educate some our youth. So make sure y'all share this down your timeline so a lot of y'all people can see it. All right. So starting off, I want to introduce my guest. Special guest today is Julius Hurst with his debut album, self-titled Julius, Child of God. I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't have this album, I'm below the link. I'm gonna shoot his Facebook below the link and all the link that you can go to actually purchase this album. I'm telling you, man, this album is a monster. I'm telling you, it's a 14-track album, and I'm telling you, this man is spitting. He's a Christian. He's a man of God, and I'm telling y'all, he's a Christian rapper that go hard. When I say go hard, man, he go hard. Y'all got to check this album out. Hey, Julius, Child of God. If y'all can't see that, I'm telling y'all go check that album out. Go check this album out. Hey, I'm going to make sure I drop that link below so y'all can go tune in and y'all can go share whatever he got. Y'all can go support this brother, but he's tuning in today. This is my special guest. And we're going to hop on this subject right here. The subject of the day is how the bucket of crab effect is affecting the black community. Hey, first thing first is how it's affecting us. See, I'm going to let my boy Julius go on and take over this question right here. How is the bucket of crab effect is affecting our community? Go ahead, my man.
The bucket of crab effect, I think, is affecting the black community because if you think about it, it seems like black people is the only ones that have a problem with helping each other.
Exactly.
Once one of us make it, we get into a situation, we doing real good. It's like we don't want to help our brothers or sisters get into the same situation that we in, you know. But when you look at other races, white folks, Puerto Ricans, or whatever, they want to share those tools. Whole families is making it. Why we can't do that?
Hey, especially the Hispanic.
Right.
The Hispanic community, oh my God, bro. Hey, man, it can be 30 in the household. You can laugh if you want to.
Right.
It can be 30 in the household, 30 to one car. They jumping all off and up under the clutch, off and up under the motor. They jumping out the trunk. They jumping off and up under the seat when they pull up to the grocery store. But best to believe they helping each other grow. And that's one thing in the black community that I look at. I say we get where we are going and we get out instead of getting where we're going and coming back and giving or buying the community and employing our own. We leave. I don't think that's what Martin Luther King was talking about when he said he wanted us to unify and also he wanted us to integrate. I think he wanted us to come together as one, and also not just him. I just look at it as if you make it out, come back and be that positive role model for the community to see, not just hear about, not just know, but to see physically.
So what you think changed? What you think changed? You know, you was just talking about Martin Luther King. You remember you used to be all them black businesses. You always saw the black man in the suit.
Black Wall Street.
Family together and all that.
I think what happened was, just my opinion, and y'all chime in on this right here. My opinion is what happened was the black male was taken out of the household. And no leader stepped up after Martin Luther King died.
Right.
That was one of the things in the community that the pillar of the community that we did have that outlook on when we wanted to be something or we wanted to be somebody, we wanted to be like King back in the day. He stood up for what was right. And I'm just using him as a prime example because it's so many more out there. You know what I'm saying? But my thing, I'm using him as an example right now. I feel as if now kids don't have that role model that they can look up to physically in their community. You know, it's on TV. It's LeBron. Those people that they can't probably never reach and never see.
Yeah, you know what? And I got to refer to the word. You know, the word says that the leader of a house is supposed to be God. The God leads the man, and the man leads his family. But you know what happens when the man is missing from the family? You have a broken home. You have a woman trying to step into that role of a man. You have a son trying to figure out how to be a man with no male role model.
Exactly.
You have a daughter that don't know how she's supposed to be loved because she never see her mama loved. You
True.
know what I'm saying? So it seems like with this new generation, first of all, we got away from the basic principles that we used to have, letting God lead our life. And when we don't let God lead our life, you open for the attack of the enemy and anything can happen.
I see on here that Milton Brown said we lack clear leadership.
That's true.
True. And as my brother Julius was hitting on, allowing God to lead us as male role models and male figures in our community. It's a lot of times, like I say, we tend to want more, but don't have that outlet to or those resources in our community to even look towards.
Do you feel like those men that are still in the households are the same strong type of brother that used to be back in the 80s and 70s?
I think not, big dog. Because it's so much going on, and you can. I mean, we can sit here and play the blame game all we want to, and I'm gonna narrow this down towards the end of this show. We can play the blame game all we want to, but it's simple steps that we have to take. But no, the male role model in the household now is not in charge, because if you think about it, now that these guys are going to school, and I'm gonna just base this off African American men. The youth that are going to school now, if you're not at a certain level for as scholar-wise, they put you in the class called what? Special ed. Yeah. Or they label you as ADHD.
Or they just pass you along. They don't even care about you getting the education you're supposed to have.
They want you out of their face, long gone.
Listen, you know how crazy it is when you go to Walmart or you go to these places. These people with high school diplomas that can't talk.
Exactly.
Can't read like they need to, can't write.
It all boils down to even the teachers don't even care no more.
Right.
When you underpaid,
right,
and then you got to sit here and babysit,
right,
and then this child is acting out because of what they're not getting at home, what they're lacking at home. Yeah. It all boils down to the same root. Let's go to some of these broaden. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Brandon Harris, I appreciate you checking in. Oh my God. Hey, Jetson. I'm going to just pronounce your last name. Felipe, appreciate you checking in, Felipe. Okay, I'm going to read some of these comments as we go. Okay, Michelle Glover, I appreciate you checking in as always. Michelle Glover said, people are scared to fight for what's right. Sometimes not because they can't, they just don't know how. Exactly. Go ahead.
I think social media made it hard for people to want to stand up for what they believe in. Social media came across, and now people are more comfortable with just going along with the trend, with the bandwagon to fit in. It's hard to be that trendsetter. It's hard to be that one that's opposite of everything that's going on because you're so worried about, I'm not going to get those Facebook likes.
Thank you.
Look at people that post something that might be inspirational, but they don't get enough likes and they delete it, they take it down.
Oh, my God.
People is looking at it, though.
Yeah.
But social media got us in a different mind frame.
That's even the kids in the community. Not even cutting you off. That's even the kids in the community. They scared to be that leader.
Yeah.
Because there's so many kids in the community that's against that one leader.
Yeah.
They scared to step up and be a leader in that community.
Yeah. Where's the originality these days? Can a leader rise up in today's time with social media?
No. I feel like social media is one of the things that plague us because it hinder us from knowing how to communicate amongst each other.
Yeah.
Even when you go on social media, some of the lingo or language that they're using nowadays is so short term that these kids don't even know the meaning of half of the words that they're using, and half of the words that they're using is short term for something else.
Right. Social media dictates. Listen, I hadn't been shopping in 2 years. I went to the mall to go buy some clothes for myself. I don't wear skinny jeans. I don't want to wear no skinny jeans.
Hey, this fashion got them messed up.
Social media done dictated even the malls. I go in the mall, I can't find no regular clothes because the trend is skinny. And then you go to the sales clerk and I say, where's the skinny jeans? And she go show me some straight leg that's still too skinny.
Let me tell you something, man. It's a lot of things that society has pushed upon our communities that we play into, that it affect our young boys in so many different type of ways because it's confusing. Yeah. Once you get a child, which is a sponge from baby to preteen, and you teach him a certain way, but then he go out in the world and the world is pushing what they pushing upon him, it's hard. Yeah. So my thing is, what is the solution? What is the solution to the problem? Hey, I'm gonna hit y'all with this right here. There is insignificant. Hey, hold on. I can't even see that one. Old Navy sell regular jeans. Hey, we ain't shopping that Old Navy. We at the mall. Tabitha, appreciate you checking in. Michael Bruce, appreciate you checking in. Shonda and Hope, appreciate you checking in. Hey, so I'm gonna hit y'all with this. What is one of the solutions that we can go by on just this bucket of crab effect that's on the community? And I got a couple of more things that I want to say that's pertaining to this topic, but this topic is so broad that you can go left, you can go right with it, but you still gonna steer clear in the middle on as to what is plaguing our community with this bucket of crab effect.
My solution, because I'm a Christian, I read the Bible, I go to church, I make sure my family goes to church, and the things that are in the Bible, I believe that. Not only do I believe it, I stand for it. I represent that. I'm gonna die fighting for that. And the thing about it is, I feel like people are trying to make God lose his power. But the thing is, I've struggled before. And I prayed and God got me through it. I've been in hard times. I've been homeless and God got me through it. When I met you, I told you, you know what I'm saying? I see you. Why don't you do these things for God? People listen to you. It's a lot of people out there that God got a use for. That he needs those people to come forward.
That purpose.
Everyone's not born a leader. But those people that are born leaders had to step into that role. And the thing is, these days, we don't have our leaders stepping into those roles. When you have a person that people immediately listen to, God has a use for that person. But when we don't step into our roles, when we follow a trend, we fail in our brothers. We fail in our sisters. So we have to hold on. We have to stand for something at the end of the day, whatever it is. We have to stand for it. If we just want to see our sons make it to be good men, we got to stand on that. And we got to do what we can to make sure our sons become good men. If we want our daughters to be women of integrity, we got to stand on that.
Exactly.
Black people used to come together. You remember earlier when you were saying that the Spanish people hop out in a whole van.
Yeah.
These were black principles at first.
Exactly.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, exactly.
We came together, a whole community. A grandma had the baby so the wife could get some rest. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It was a unit. Then all of a sudden, black people broke up, and black people broke up because we let this system dictate how we supposed to run.
And I look at it like this. That's exactly what it is. The system is running our homes instead of us running our homes. And you said a mouthful when you said it take a village to raise a child. Where is the villages?
Where are they?
Where are they? Who are in the villages?
Right.
That's one of the things. Okay, but I can raise my child one way and I can send them out, and the world raise them another way. You got to build that foundation for your child to always come back and resort to. Yeah. So my thing is, even when you send them out in the community, you got to let your child know that they are kings, they are queens. Yeah. They may not be the leader of whatever it may be, but they know that they have some type of leadership skill in them.
Yeah, and you know another thing that hold us back, when we go through things, when we go through things, we grow up with that, we get grown, and we never let it go.
Never let it go.
We never get help. We never want to talk about that.
Hey, you know what, man? I did a show about that.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 shows back. It's dealing with your issues as a youth coming up as an adult. Is a lot of us haven't dealt with issues that we're having that has plagued us throughout the years, that small things would trigger those issues within us that we never knew that we had, or we know that we have, or just haven't owned up to.
Yeah. We was just talking about the children in school. Now think about these teachers. These teachers is losing motivation, because think about it. When you have parents that don't even trust the teacher, you have a teacher that says your child is being disruptive in class, or I'm trying to help your child, and you have a parent that shows up and be like, not my child.
Oh, they uphold them in their wrongdoing.
I tell my wife all the time, I never want to be that parent that love my child so much that I can't believe when someone tells me the truth. I can't help my child.
Man, I'm telling you, and that's one of the things that's plaguing our community as well. And I'm gonna say the African American community. We uphold our kids in their wrongdoing. Yeah. That's one thing, and it's already hard because it's a lot of us living in one parent households. Yeah. So I always tell her, and not just saying the women, but I always tell a woman that you cannot raise a boy to be a man. Period. So when I say it take a village to raise a child, some of us men got to step up. Yeah. Did I just put an S on men's? Y'all know what I meant. Some of y'all men got to step up. Right. And I have to correct myself before y'all do.
And that's absolutely true. My mother, my daddy left out the picture. They got divorced. It's what a lot of black families go through these days. And my mama tried her best, but you was right. It became a certain point where you got a mother before you that you love, but you need something to show you how to be a man. And I was running wild. For a minute, got into games. I was a gangster disciple. And you know what? My mom moved out to Columbus, Georgia, and got me with my uncle. And my uncle was one of them old school brothers. Yeah. That taught me principles, morals, and things that I still carry to this day. Simple things like I drive a 2000 Chevy Malibu, little dusty thing, and my wife got the 2015 truck, because a man shouldn't have a family and he's doing better than them. I'm dressed up, but my children look like struggle. Exactly. My wife look like struggle.
Exactly.
No, I take care of my wife, I take care of my children, and if I have anything left over for me, then worry about that, but we need those brothers in our life.
Hey, make sure when y'all tuning in, y'all sharing this video, man. My special guest is Julius Hurst. I'm telling you, man, he got his debut album out. It's self-titled Julius, Child of God. If y'all don't have this album, make sure y'all go support this brother. If y'all want to hear some music that's not messing with your soul, that's edifying your spirit, that's going to connect with you, and something that you can learn from, something that you can hear and you can let your children hear, something that they can hear and they can hear the struggle and pain in his music and make it change their life. Make sure y'all go get a copy of this. Julius, Child of God. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to post this when we get done with this Facebook Live. I'm going to post this so y'all can go support this brother. I'm telling you, this is my first guest on here, and what a special guest it is to have this knowledge in the room with me, to have this man that's God-fearing Christian that's in the room with me, that's sharing his opinion and sharing his day-to-day life of what he done been through and the struggle and the pain that he done been through. Hey, this is a blessing, man. Make sure y'all share this when y'all tune in. Share this when y'all tune in. Make sure y'all share this. Hey, I got a couple more questions. One more question that I have is why do you think it's so hard to support one another in the African American community? Why is it so hard to support one another in the African American community? One of the things I say is when we get where we're going, we forget where we came from. That's one of the things. And I'm going to resort back to the youth as well. I feel as if the youth, and they say the youth are out of control. No, the youth are tired of getting lied to. Right. They're tired of these promises that y'all are promising them, for as politicians, for as even people that's in the community. We promising these kids so much that we're not upholding what we're saying to these kids. And these kids are visual kids. They know when you're coming back and helping them and you're doing it genuinely.
They also know when you're being fake.
Hey, you better tell them about it.
They know when the help's not real. They know when you're doing it for show.
Exactly.
People are helping people, but they want the cameras out. They want the pictures out. They want people to see it. People that's really trying to help somebody, you're going to find out from word of mouth. They don't want no attention about it. They just going to pop up and do it.
Exactly.
But people these days is all about, I want to get some likes. I want people to like me.
They're about to show.
And that's not what it is. Listen, this is a true story. My daddy is from a place called Greensburg, Louisiana. Another person that's from that place is Tyler Perry. Grew up 2 blocks from my grandmother's house. Now, why is it that people don't know that Tyler Perry is from Greensburg, Louisiana? Because Tyler Perry came up with a story that he knew that people were going to have pity for. And that pushed him into the limelight. Listen, I'm going to accept where I come from. Mm-hmm. The things that I've been through is going to help somebody else. Who are we to hold back our testimonies?
Exactly.
You got things that you've been through that's going to help a brother or a sister. I got things that I've been through. When you don't tell the truth and people find out that you a liar or you a fake, everything that they ever believed that came out of your mouth changes.
And then it make it hard for them to trust others.
Right. You're absolutely right.
So my thing is, even with that, man, I feel like your struggle will make you appreciate your blessing. And I always tell you that. You know, I dealt with a lot of things in my past, and a lot of y'all know me personally from the area that I'm in, and y'all actually, you know, a lot of my people know that I'm from Macon, Georgia, and I done been through a lot. You know, I'm not ashamed of what I've been through, but my thing is, my main focus now is to give back and help.
Yeah.
That's my purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let nothing or no one stop me from giving. Yeah. I don't have to do it on camera. I don't have to do it around the masses. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. I don't have to show you what I'm doing. Yeah. But ultimately, that is my goal, to give back and do what I'm supposed to do in the community. We promising these kids so much, and you want these kids to not be violent. You want these kids coming from a broken household to see something positive. But how can they see something positive and you're not in the community helping?
Right. You know what Michelle Glover just touched on that. You will be surprised at how many people don't believe in anything. The streets really have more power than we do. We have to, as Christians, go out into the community and teach people who God is and what he can do. Listen, Michelle just said something just then. We really are giving the streets more power than God has.
Exactly.
And that's not me trying to discredit God's power, because God is almighty. But what I'm saying is the world is giving these streets more power than God. People going through things and don't want to pray. People going through things and don't want to ask for help. They don't want to pick up the phone. They go through in silence. Listen, I done been there. I was homeless, sleeping in my car in the Walmart parking lot. And every couple hours, I would just move my car from the other side of the parking lot to the other, because the security man come pull up right beside you and want to look in your window.
I got you.
But the thing is, we supposed to reach out for help. The Bible says we're supposed to be helpers one to another. You can't help someone that you don't know is going through something. And also, when you're not paying attention, you can't help somebody, because sometimes people don't know how to communicate that they're going through something. But the thing is, you just look at somebody. You know what I'm saying? You pick up the phone and just talk to somebody. Me and you talk. Now, them discussions ain't for nobody ears, but the thing is, help us one to another.
And see, iron sharpen iron. Right. It's a lot of brothers hate to reach out for help. It's a lot of brothers won't even let another brother know that they need help because of pride, because of their ego, because they don't want nobody else to know. But then again, it boils down to we don't trust one another. Right. When I say it take a village to raise a child, if you don't have anybody in that village that's trustworthy, or you don't even know of a village, who can you reach out to? And that's a lot of time when we say we get away from God, we get away from prayer, we get away from the things that we need to focus on, and that can help us and strengthen us, because only thing we know now is the word.
Right. We be afraid to tell people we're going to listen. Afraid we're going to get judged. Afraid that you're going to hold something and use it against me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But that's that social media. You know what I'm saying? Once again, people will blast you on. Listen, what happened to the times when you had an issue with somebody and you went over their house, or you picked up the phone?
Exactly.
Now you throwing silent shots on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
And see, my thing is, it's a lot of it. If we use social media and we use this platform as to which is need to be used as a social media platform to promote, to educate, to enlighten, to uplift. Let me tell you something, man. That's why I created this show. That's why I created this platform. Let me tell y'all something. I get out work and rush home every day. I got out work. I left work. It take me 30 minutes to get to work, man. I left work probably 6:45 to get home to do this show. No shower, no nothing. Because this is my purpose. I can't reach them. I may not be able to reach the masses, but I'll be able to change somebody's life.
Won't we just talk about standing for what you believe, man?
Hey, I'm telling you.
This man just came home from work. Listen.
Passionate.
I know for a fact this man just came home from work and hopped straight on here.
I don't play. When I say every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, every Sunday night at 8, I am passionate. I am dedicated, because what I got instilled in me, I know that I can bring out and it can help another brother. Or if not another brother, another sister, or somebody in my community that need this.
And that's a quality that we should have when we set a goal for ourselves. When we set a goal for ourselves, we should strive to attain that. We talk about crabs in a bucket. And if one of us figures out the key, whatever it is, to make it, because everyone ain't going to figure out how to make it. But say you blow up. You know what I'm saying? And you on TV or you on radio, you become syndicated, whatever. It becomes your job now. You figured out the formula, you figured out the key, you figured out something that worked that's not working for other people. Now you reach back and you help your brothers.
Exactly.
That's what we losing at. People is finding out a niche that works for them. And they keep it to themselves, and everyone is like, how you made it?
I feel like this, and I'm going to just go on and throw this out here. If you got a black or African-American that's in your community, that owns a business in your community, and not giving back to your community or supporting your community in no type of way, stop supporting it. I hate to say that, and I don't say that with no type of malicious intent. But I say that because if this platform was to go where I feel as if I know God gonna take it when it's time, the thing is to promote what I believe in and never steer away from that. Always come back to my foundation. It don't matter how much money you got. It's how much money you're giving. It's not even money, it's time. It's not even time, it's what you can give to someone without even trying to look for something back in return. I feel as if God bless you to bless others. Because if you truly believe, and that's instilled in your mind, guess what? He's gonna bless you regardless, to the point where everything on your end gonna be taken care of. And everything that he bless you with, you're gonna bless others.
I would say go to that man. If you got someone that has a business in your community, you see that they're not reaching back and helping people, go to that man and have a conversation with him. And just, some people can be in error, and all they need is a little bit of correction, and they can get that thing right. I wouldn't say just turn your back on them, But go have that conversation with them. It's people in this community that need you. You know, it's some black people that don't even know how to create a resume.
Exactly.
They got to pay people to do it for them. I was privileged enough. This is a true story. I worked in Afghanistan, and I didn't know nothing about taxes. That's one of the failures of the black community. Yeah. We don't grow up learning about taxes and stuff like that.
We don't grow up learning about finances.
Right.
Period.
I come back from Afghanistan. I had made money for 2 years, didn't file taxes. I found out how much money I can get back in taxes, and I filed. As soon as I filed, I got a bunch of money back, but I got a letter from the IRS. My wife owed $7,000. I owe $8,000. Right after I paid out that $15,000, I lost my job. I was out of work for 6 months, paying bills out of my savings. I had a standard. I said I wasn't going to take a job for less than this amount of money. The more money I lost, that just started dropping down. I ended up having to take a job for $8.25, begging for overtime. I was begging because I had a family to provide for. Driving out to Norcross and donate plasma, just trying to make ends meet. But the way God worked in that situation, that $8.25 regular position turned into a lead position, turned into a supervisor position, turned into an operations manager position. God used this general manager that sat me down and knew that I just wanted to make it.
Yeah.
Show me this is what a resume is supposed to look like. This is how you conduct an interview. This is what they look for in an interview.
But you know what you did, right? You let God lead you.
Right.
You never got discouraged.
Right.
You already knew it was something in what you was going through to teach you something out of that. Period. You let God lead you. And that's one of the things that we missing in our community. I feel as if we allow God to lead us as young men, and we truly show these kids that we care, and we truly come together as one, and we learn finances. We learn how to do our taxes. We learn how to start business. We learn these things and teach these things in our community. Let me tell you something. A teacher have a curriculum to teach. That's it. And that curriculum don't pertain what these kids really need to know. That's going to support them or push them in their day-to-day life. So we got to teach them as men, as the community, as women, as a family, as a unit, as one. But we got to also be led by God. Because, like I said, we don't promise these kids so much. They wonder why these kids off the chain. Because you could promise them so much, but we ain't coming through with nothing that we saying. Their idol is LeBron James. He's rich. May never meet him, but that is their idol.
Everyone ain't going to make it in the NBA.
Exactly.
Everyone ain't going to make it in the NFL.
You know, I kind of look at things like this. If you, and I look at it as if it could be a business in your community. Because we done got to the point where we done let other people take over our community. That's why we're failing. Because there's no positive role model in the community. There's no black business in the community that's coming back, giving back to the community, that's showing these kids that they can have it. So I feel as if, and I'm saying this, and everything that I say is sometime opinionated, but I'm speaking right now. I'm speaking just, listen, this is unapologetic. If there is a business in your community that's not African American, and they're not supporting your community, and they're in your community, and they're not giving back to your community, and when you go in this store, they're not employing any African Americans in this store, in the African American community, stop shopping with them.
Why do we support these people?
Man, that's a question that have plagued me for years. We don't know. And the question and the answers is there. Start Googling. What y'all don't understand is before they put these stores in y'all community, y'all can boycott these stores. Y'all can come with a petition and let them know to not put these stores in y'all community. I'm from Macon, Georgia. I stayed on Mumford Road. That's Bellevue. Everybody know about Bellevue. It was 2 black-owned stores in Bellevue, L&G's, and it was Mills Grocery. Everybody know. You can attest to this. They put a seven store, which is owned by some foreigners. I don't know what type, but some foreigners, and shut down the 2 African-American stores on that block. And the only thing we had to do was start a petition for them not to even put that store on that block. But if we're going to do that, those stores that's in that community must give back to that community. If we're going to support, we got to learn to give when we receive. It's reaping and sowing. Buy back the community. Buy these rent down houses. Fix them up. Put somebody in them. Rent them out. Renovate these homes. Build gardens. Man, there's so much stuff that we eat out here that we don't even know where we getting it from.
We gotta pay attention to the trap that they setting for us.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen, if you go to Old National right now, right? All these businesses in Old National is owned by people other than black people. But look at the businesses that they put in the community that they label as the black community. You got a liquor store across the street from an abortion clinic.
Across the street from a pawn shop.
Right next to a pawn shop that sell guns. Come on now. Listen, gas is so high in the black community, but if you drive 15 minutes, you're going to get some good quality low gas for your car. Yeah. But the thing is, we don't have to accept that. Listen, just because they label something a black community, stop falling for the trap. You go to a community, oh, they got a Burger King, they got the pawn shop right there, they got the liquor. We got to aim higher than that.
Let me tell you something. We done settled for less.
Yeah.
We feel as if it's out of reach. We're not being educated in the community. Leaders are not leading anymore.
Yeah.
They're politicians, and they're being bought. So whatever everybody else is doing, that's what they are catering to. Yeah. Whatever change you want to see in your community, you got to become that. Yeah. If you want black business in your community, Google how to start one or get with somebody that already have started one. And whoever have started one, show that person how to start. That's another thing. That bucket of crab effect is because we don't want nobody to make it farther than we done made. Yeah. And that would get me riled up. Yeah. Because of the simple fact, we done been through so much hell and turmoil. And we done been through so much that we turn around and degrade each other.
We've been through that hell. Listen, now we walk in contradictions of what everything that we fought for. We sat in the front of the bus as a protest to not have to sit in the back of the bus. Now when black people get on the bus, where they go straight to the back. We protested to be in these establishments that are nicer than the conditions that black people were offered. Now we got in these establishments and we learn how good these establishments are.
We give them all our money.
Give them all our money and don't try and create our own. Why is it when a black person create a business, right? We done protested to get inside these places.
For
we
what?
We see how good they are. And when we open a business, you got a hut.
Or won't even patronize each other. I just feel as if you can start off at the bottom level, but provide that customer service to keep people coming back.
Right.
It don't matter how you start off. Go above and beyond. You got to go above and beyond.
Right.
You can't just stop where you at and have those small visions. Let me tell you something. We done got into the fact, we done got to the point where we see the nice establishment that's owned by the others. Yeah. And we say that's what we want. Yeah. And we go support them and take all our resources back to them. And they're not giving back to us.
Think about this. You go out and you go to support the local black business. It's a chicken spot, and you get there, and they don't got no chicken.
Oh, man, it's not.
Now, someone probably might write a bad Google review. But you got someone of another skin color that might happen to be in this area, and they looking for chicken. And Google showed them your restaurant, but they read your reviews, and it say, they ran out of chicken.
And majority of the time, it's us putting down us.
Right. Customer service is rude.
Let me tell you something. Michelle, I'm gonna hit y'all with some of these comments right quick. Michelle say there are good white people. I read that too fast, Michelle. But I'm gonna come back with that. It say there are good white people out there, but a lot of them make laws and rules for us to fail. When you try all the time and you got shot down all the time, you lose a sense of hope and you can change things or that they are changed. Okay, look, check this out. True. You already face adversity because you born black. Point blank, period. You already face that. So that should be out of our vocabulary to the point that we don't know that it's going to be hard. Yeah. It's going to be hard. Continue to push. Know your laws. Educate yourself. Have backing behind you. Have everything together when you go. Get people, surround yourself with people that know. Surround yourself with people of the same caliber. Surround yourself with a group that, okay, we supporting each other no matter what. See, that's the thing. If you had that team, well, to the point where I don't know this, but you know it, and we going to stick. See, it's a lot of time we don't grew these business and we don't win in 50-50, and to the point where now I'm scared that you're going to make more money than me, and we turn on each other.
Yeah. And you just said that. Put people around. Listen, the sky's the limit. You can go all the way to the top. Never let them say because you're black you can't do it. Listen, Barack Obama just left office. He just left office with not one scandal to his name. He just left office a married black man with a strong black woman beside him. 2 daughters that carried themselves the way that they needed to. Every time they stepped out, you didn't hear anything bad about the Obamas. But people want to act like he wasn't a good president. People want to act like black people can't be nothing. Listen, I want you to go back and look through the presidents and you tell me what president conducted themselves as good as Barack Obama did in office. This man tried his best to get laws passed. It was met with friction and walls every time. But you didn't see this man lose himself. He got some gray hairs.
Hey, he did, bro.
But you know what? That man realized that he had to be motivation for other young. What would he look like in a Senate meeting or on TV, getting mad at the Republicans or whatever and just going off, just letting the color come out?
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to piggyback on what he's saying, but I'm going to kind of throw my own analogy on there, and that is a good point, and it's a lot of people say that is a good point. I'm going to hit y'all with this right here. How can somebody sell you hair that don't even know about your culture or your hair, and y'all go buy it? Yeah. And do y'all know the hair business or company or whatever is $1 billion corporation?
Making a killing.
And do y'all know we probably 1% that own that corporation? Probably not even 1%. Yeah. Making a killing off us. Yeah. Nail salons. My wife is an African-American nail tech, and it's hard for her to get clients. But hey, the Vietnamese shop, $7.99. Hey, you not gonna ask. Let me tell you something. And let me straighten this too before we even go on. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all know somebody that own a black business, stop asking for a shortcut. Stop asking for hey, let me tell you something. These discounts that y'all asking for, y'all need to cut that out. Y'all don't go in none of these other stores asking for a discount. Yeah. Let me see your work. Yeah. Y'all don't go in these other establishments asking to see their work. And the business owners, when people coming to you, have the best customer service that you can possibly imagine, that you can go above and beyond, because that's why people ain't patronizing us. Man, I have been in some black-owned business and establishments that, man, I'm not gonna name a name, but I'm gonna put this out there, especially the restaurants. I have been in an African American restaurant where you giving me a tea. I eats. Do you understand? I put an S on that. I eats. You know what I'm saying? I done been in some African American restaurants where they want to give me a teaspoon. And I'm like, nah, baby, go on and put that back in there. If you can't give me 3 teaspoons, go on and put that back in there, because I don't want to patronize. I'm not telling you to give me nothing. I'm telling you I'm willing to pay for it, but I'm telling you to give me something to go tell somebody else to come patronize you. And even if my experience is bad, I'm not going to go and tell nobody else that my experience was bad. I'm still going to patronize you and support you because you're doing something in our community. But if we're patronizing you, make sure you are giving back.
Right.
I got something to tell y'all after this too. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Special guest, Julius Hurst, debut album, self-titled, Julius, Child of God. Make sure y'all go support this brother. If y'all ain't heard no music like this, man, let me tell y'all something, man. This CD, debut album, self-titled, Julius, Child of God. If y'all have not heard this CD, let me tell you something. We gonna drop in the comments. Oh, there we go, right there. We just drop that link in the comment right there. If y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't heard something that's gonna edify your soul, that's something that you can pop in your CD player and your kids can listen to. You gonna hear some pain, some turmoil, some hurt, some things that he done been through. Man, what got you into rapping, my brother?
Yeah.
We gonna kind of skip over the subject a little bit, but I'm coming back to it because I'm fired up about it.
Counseling. My mama told me as a young boy when my parents went through a divorce, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to communicate my problems, but I love writing. And I used to write little poems. My mama was like, use that tool to get that out, get that pain out. So,
Exactly.
so I was rapping, but you know what? I was rapping on the wrong side for a minute. And then I stopped rapping for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And my daddy died. I found out my daddy died. I was at work. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy always told me, because I used to go by this moniker, Big Pawz. But Big Pawz wasn't me. I was trying to front, and I was trying to be what I thought the world wanted me to be, an image. But my daddy always said, your name Julius, that's what I named you. Go by that. Clean up your music and things like that. But when I didn't rap for 2 years, my daddy died. I didn't know how to deal with my daddy's death.
Yeah.
So I went to the studio, and I wrote a song. I wrote one song, and I came out the booth, and the engineer said, you need to keep on doing this. I don't know what this is, but you sound different, because the last time I was with this engineer, I was on some different music. Mm-hmm. I was cussing. I was Big Pawz. I was the image. But I came back as Julius, and I poured my soul
reincarnated.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
So that album was my counseling. That was my relief.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, let me tell y'all something. This CD blessed me, man. Hey, to be real, you know, Julia is a personal friend of mine. And the first time I heard, hey, you know, Julia's rapping, I laughed it off. And I'm going to be straightforward and serious with you, because what you see here is what you get. You know, Julia's very meek and mild-mannered. And when I heard that he was rapping, I'm like, oh, okay, I brushed it off. So finally, when he showed me, me and Julius approached me, and Julius gave me some words of encouragement. I said, man, that's a good brother. So he said, also, you know, I got a CD that's coming out, and I want you to hear it, and I want you to support it. And I ain't really think nothing of it. He downloaded one of the songs on Facebook, and I heard it. And when I went back and I talked to Julius, I said, you know what, man? That song was fire. Hey, let me tell you something. It's some things in this CD that I'm telling you, at least one track gonna bless you out of 14. Because I listen to this every day, all day. This is the music that I let my son listen to. No cursing. This is a Christian rapper. And he know he's a Christian rapper, and that's where he claimed a Christian rapper. When I tell y'all this is something that would bless y'all soul, y'all need to go check him out. The link is below. And I'm telling y'all, man, go check that. Go click that link and check this brother out and support this brother and his self-debut, self-titled album, Julius, Child of God. I'm telling y'all, man, this album is a blessing. I'm going to let y'all see the CD cover just in case y'all ain't seen it the first 5 times. I don't put it up there on the screen already. But just know, man, y'all go grab that CD. Make sure y'all cop that CD, man. It's a blessing, man. It's going to bless your life. 14 tracks, and it's just only the beginning. I'm telling y'all, man, go support that. Hey, I'm going to hit y'all with some more. Shout out to Auntie Wanda. Auntie Wanda, I appreciate you checking in. Pamela Billin, I appreciate you checking in. Auntie Cherry, appreciate you checking in. My wife, appreciate you checking in. Rochelle McElroy, I appreciate you checking in. Raymond, big salute to you, my brother. Hey, up next, just know that. Tremaine, I appreciate you checking in, man. Hey, appreciate you checking in, Tremaine Foster. Appreciate you checking in. Trey, what's up, man? Hey, Michelle said, oh, I already read that one. All right, my wife hit me up. Ramon said facts. Shania said LOL, exactly. But I'm gonna hit y'all with a couple more things before I jump off air, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. One, we gotta unify. We must unify. No matter what you're going through or who you're going through with, we must unify. We cannot progress unless we unify. Along with unifying, first and foremost, you gotta find God. If you're moving without God, you're moving in vain. Won't nothing work in your life. Won't nothing progress. Won't nothing grow if you're moving without God. That's first and foremost. Second, we gotta unify. Three, we got to. And I can't stress got to.
And we have to stop entertaining our destruction. Listen.
Go ahead.
World Star Hip Hop make black people look bad.
Horrible.
We really got to get this website shut down, man. World Star, listen, and I'm guilty. I laugh at many black people on World Star Hip Hop, but they embarrass us. This is a website that profits off
the humility of black people.
Right. The worst of our community. And you know, we allow this to go on. Yes, it's entertaining, but listen, if we ever want to move forward, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, we can't make ourselves look bad.
Exactly.
You got to realize that it's some people, and this I'm just sad to say, but it's a true statement. It's some white people and some Spanish people that have never interacted with black people. And the knowledge that they have about black people comes from a World Star Hip Hop, comes from a Facebook video of us looking stupid.
Fight.
And they get this mentality of this is how black people are.
Exactly.
These police that shooting black people is just as scared of us as we are of them. Some of these white people have never had real conversations with black people. So when they come across one, they automatically assume that he gonna be aggressive. He gonna be ignorant with me. And they're gonna match that energy with what they think you about to hit them with. So we gotta come up with a different way to give these people an impression of us. See, a website, a show, something of us doing positive things.
Exactly.
Where is a website that shows smart black people? Where we look good, where people graduating college.
Hey, I don't even watch the news, bro.
Right.
Hey, y'all gotta stop watching the news, the media outlets. The media outlets portray us as animals, thugs, criminals. My thing is, if you can't portray me as the king that I am, I don't even want to support that. Every time you tune into the news, they get paid. And the only thing that they promote in our community, guess what? The South Side of Chicago ain't bad as you think it is. They promote it like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it ain't horrible. And I'm not saying that some of the things that they show ain't true. But it's not as worth. Let me tell you something. If we was to go back, we was to build businesses, we was to revitalize houses, we was to buy land, commercial properties in those communities and build. Let me tell you something. The violence wouldn't be as much as it is now because we will be able to employ our own.
Right. You absolutely.
You know, you can't go out here and get a job without having a background check. But if I own my own company and you had that on your record and I say, hey, you a black man that's already done been through the system and I want to employ you, I can do that. See, it's a lot of don't even have that outlet coming out of prison because we don't have them resources for them to reach out to. So guess what they going to do? Resort back to what they know.
You know, and when you get a job, when you get blessed with that opportunity to make money, listen, it's some brothers that walk in the job and feel like the job owed them something. Get on that job and conduct yourself how you need to. Get in there, work, go home.
That's it.
So many brothers come in there and they want to shoot the mess. They want to get on the job high. They want to do all this, and then they wonder why they get fired. The job don't have to conform to you. Listen, realize that you got a family to take care of. Realize that this job got rules and regulations. And if you don't like them, Go create your own job. Build that business up and you hire your people and you can run it the way that you want to. But until you, and listen, you can't run a business. You can't be a leader without first being a follower. So you got to get into a job. You got to see how it's supposed to be ran. Pay attention to these things. You can't pay attention when you ain't doing the things that you need to.
Exactly.
It's hard to see brothers get on a job and they don't care about the job. They feel like the job owes them something. You see people in and out the door. And I worry about people. I want to speak on a situation. We had a brother that worked with us named Daryl. Daryl was a hard worker. He was a good brother that really cared about his job. And he stood for something.
Exactly.
And they didn't like what he stood for. But you had a brother on your job that cared about your job and just wanted to hit numbers. And y'all fire him over some pettiness. Listen, if we do right by y'all, y'all should do right by us. This brother got fired. And I wish that, that hadn't happened. But that goes right back to what I was saying. When we go through things, we need to reach out. Because Daryl ain't here no more.
Exactly.
Daryl's gone now. Because all Daryl could think about is I had this job that I gave my all. And they took it from me. And they done took a lot from us. They take everything from us.
Everything.
Let a black person come up with a good idea today. Tomorrow, someone gonna have it patented.
Calling a patent office. Hey, I was gonna hit you with that one too. Hey, y'all gotta understand, and we sharing this vital word today, and not come up my man Julius off, but it's the same thing. And like I said, man, we sit back on a day-to-day basis and we see the things that we want and we see the things that we need, but we don't see the things that can push us in that direction to get it. It's a lot of us sitting around with a smartphone, but we dumb.
Right.
You got a computer in the palm of your hand, but you fail to utilize your resources. Right. You'll go pay that bill, $75 to $100 bill every month, but you won't utilize the resources that's at hand, and then you scraping and struggling to try to find out what you need to know. And then in the end, you say, all right, you blame it on other people. It's not the white man that's holding you down. It's you that's holding you down.
You smart enough to create any avenue for yourself. Listen, the show that you tuned into right now, this brother show up every Sunday at 8 p.m. This man figured out this thing on his own. Listen, this man really has a room set up dedicated to this. Lights, he got the mics, got the setup. You see the background, and he got his wife, his helpmeet, supporting him. This is a brother that had a vision, and listen, you got a whole setup. He had to do something to figure this out. We can't sit here and wait on people to give us things. We got to figure it out. And listen, when this brother makes it, like we said earlier, because he gonna make it, because he took every necessary step to make sure that he can build viewers, that he can build a following. And the crazy thing is, when he start reaching 100,000 and reaching 1 million, then people gonna want to buy into something that they never put anything towards.
Exactly.
And that's what happens to us. But look, what happens when a black person builds up something and it takes off? And then the money comes into the picture. Do you think that's a part of our downfall? Because what happens if you make it to 1 million and someone want to buy into you? 50% of what you done built.
See, my thing is right now, and my thing is right now is teaching myself finances, knowing what precautionary measures to take while I'm still small. Also, my thing is right now is to leave a legacy to my kids. So everything that I do pertaining to this show or anything else is non-beneficial to me to come on here every day because I'm not getting paid for it. But I come on here because of the vital resources that I have or the things that I done been through that I can share. Iron sharpen iron. It's not the monetary fact that's involved or surround what I'm doing. I'm not after the money. because I feel as if I make it, we made it. Because I utilize this platform to inspire, motivate, and educate. And as this grow and as everything else grow, for as finances wise, it's not gonna change.
But is it the right? Is it this? And I want your opinion. Is it the right thing to do when you make it? Because everyone reaches a ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have people come forward, investors or people that want to buy into you. Should you? I built this on my own. Or I just continue in this, or should you allow people to buy into it?
I feel as if you have to make the right sound decision for the time. If an investor come along and just word of wisdom, just a little advice. If an investor was to come along and say he want to invest in, I need to also have my lawyer or people around me that knows how this contract is set up. Also, along with that contract, I need to know, okay, what is your percentage? What is my percentage? And how is this going to affect me in the long run? Because ultimately, this is not for me. Ultimately, this is for my grandkids. Because my kids are reaping what I'm sowing right now. So my grandkids, the ones gotta, my kids gonna keep this afloat, and my grandkids gonna continue to reap the benefits from what, I don't put into the today. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if an investor was to come in and say, hey, I want to invest in what you're doing, it's why. And can I keep my brand and what I'm doing? Because I'm not going to change for nothing. Right. I would rather stay small and have my 8, 9, 10, 11, or how many ever viewers I grow into on my own than to let somebody come and break down what I stand for.
See, I feel you on that. I wait on God.
Exactly.
I wait on God. A company offered me a deal. What is it, a month and a half ago? And they gave me their personal number and said, look, when you ready, call me at any time. I'm ready to go. They promised me all type of money. Promised me to be able to go on tours, speaking events, licensing deals, where they can play a 15-second clip of your music and you can make $20,000, $30,000. Money sounded good, but at the end of the day, like I said, God leads a man and a man leads his family. Mm-hmm. I can't let the money tempt me. Mm-hmm. I can't let a better circumstance look too good to me to where I'll take down.
Exactly.
I wait on God.
Exactly.
I wait on God with it.
And that's how I look at it right now. I feel as if God gonna lead me where I need to be.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. You can't jump on the first thing smoking. I have learned that in my life. You cannot jump on the first thing smoking. Yeah. You gotta allow God to lead you. And if he's truly visible in your life and he's your everything, and that's what's leading you and providing for your family, not your job, not the people around you, but ultimately God, you know it, he know it. He's going to lead you and steer you in the right direction. Yeah. Of course, a lot of things going to be thrown your way. But if it don't sound as if it's right and you know it's not being led by God and you got to second guess it, don't do it.
Let me give you another testimony about just waiting on God. And I'm going to try and make this real quick. I didn't tithe at one point in time in my life when I first got saved. And it seemed like when I did my calculations of I looked at my check and, okay, if I pay this bill and I pay this bill, put this towards groceries, I should have this money left over. And for some reason, every single time, I ended up with no money. Had my pastor talk to me about tithing. Mm-hmm. When I started tithing, it seemed like the same amount of money that I was making was stretching long and I was having money left over. True story. The first time I tithed, I had a light bill due. And I knew if I didn't pay this bill that my lights was going to get cut off. Yeah. But I went ahead and tithed anyway. A day later, I got a phone call from my mama. Hey, your auntie just sent you some money for the baby on the way. I had someone come. God put you on my heart. Brought groceries over. I ain't had to come out my pocket for the light bill. I ain't had to spend no money on groceries. So I had money left over.
Exactly.
But it was because I took care of God first. I tithe.
And see, it's a lot of people don't understand what tithing is.
Yeah.
I always say, you tithe your 10 because that's what God is asking for.
Yeah.
We don't do sacrifices anymore.
Yeah.
We use money.
Yeah.
So 10% of what you bringing in your income, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like your offering, that's what's gonna tell it. Your offering, because we know we're supposed to get 10. We gonna get at 10, but your offering. This is what I'm offering you, God. This is what I'm sacrificing to give you. I think your offer. I mean, not even think. I know your offering supposed to be more than what you tithe. God, this is what I'm giving to you. This is what I'm. This is. I'm sacrificing because I know that you're gonna provide. If you truly believe that God is your provider, and you truly believe that He gonna provide a roof over your head, something that you don't supposed to worry about, clothes on your back, and food on your table, and you're a true believer, you're gonna do what's right.
Offering is gonna show your heart.
Exactly.
It's gonna show your heart. At the end of the day, tithing is an obligation, but offering is your heart because this is what I feel I want to get to God.
Exactly. But hey, we're gonna read this one last comment, and then I'm gonna hit y'all with a couple key points, and I'm gonna hit y'all with this right here. No, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about it, and I'm gonna come back with y'all on that right now. But I'm working on some things behind the scenes that, man, I'm truly gonna come and bless y'all with it, and I'm gonna hit y'all with this right here. I'm gonna read this last topic. We like things in dysfunction. That's why we don't grow. We feel as is the norm or priorities are messed up. True. Somehow we love chaos, but people that love chaos only have grown to adapt to chaos. That's all you've seen in your life. You adapted to it, and that's all you know. Anything you see and you have been a sponge to, or you took in, or you have been accepted to, that's what you know, and that's what you pertain throughout your life. So, yeah, it's a lot of us that's all we see in the African American community is chaos. So that's what we're used to seeing, and we're used to, period.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard because when you see a genuine person, you don't know that that's a genuine person because you're so used to what you see and what you have seen.
Right.
So you're accustomed to it. So it's kind of hard for you to readjust. So yeah, I can understand what you're saying. But I do appreciate y'all checking in. Damon, what's up, man? I appreciate you checking in, my brother. Make sure when y'all tune in, y'all share this video. I want to get to 100 likes one day, some way, somehow. I want to get to 100 likes, 100 shares. Hey, make sure y'all tune in to the back. Go to the back to the basic page. Tune in, share, like, follow that page. Make sure y'all tune in every Sunday at 8. This is Julius Hurst, self-titled debut album, Julius Child of God. Make sure y'all go support this brother. Hey, I dropped this information in the link. In the comments below. His link in the comment below. Make sure y'all go click on that link and support this brother. This is his first time on the show. My first guest, first special guest, and won't be the last time. Y'all already know it, man. Back to the basics show. I salute y'all. I appreciate my supporters. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for support. I appreciate y'all for liking and sharing this video. Hey, continue to support. Just know greater is coming.
Yeah.
You got any last words, my brother?
I just want to end it off with a prayer, man.
Oh, let's go ahead with that, my brother.
God, I just pray right now that you touch Brother Zay and his ministry, that you help him to be able to continue to bring clean and wholesome content to the internet. We pray that you continue to utilize him and his wife for your mission, for your purpose, Father God, to be able to go against what the media is portraying and putting out there, Father God. We just pray that you continue to strengthen him and use him in whatever way it is that you have for him, in whatever way it is that you have for his wife. Father God, anything that they may need financially, we just ask that you provide it. Father God, we already know that it is done, Father God. Anytime two or more people gather in your presence, Father God, you are in the midst, and we're believing that right now, that you hear this prayer. And Father God, we just ask that you use this to encourage somebody, to help somebody, Father God. That you bring revelation through these topics and these discussions. We just pray these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all go in the comments below and hit that link and go check out my boy Julius. Self-titled debut album, Julius, Child of God. Make sure y'all go support this brother. 14 tracks. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, fire. And there's more to come. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in to the Back to the Base show. See y'all next Sunday, 8 o'clock. Be there.